I am your host, FatDag, and you're listening to WhysAdvice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at FatDag.com. Follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at WhysAdvice. Send in your comments, your questions, and your celebrations, and I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello. Welcome to episode 117. As the nation prepares for yet another hurricane coming up the East Coast into the Florida area, our thoughts and prayers continue to be with all those in harm's path and all those who are, still suffering in Texas area, out in the Outland Islands, and there's just all kinds of tragedy going on, even in the upper Northwest with the wildfires. And so we want to just take a quick moment as you're listening, if you're listening to this, then life is really good for you. You're in a safe place. Continue to focus on your journey, but don't lose sight of those who are battling something that we just all, don't ever want to see. So just take a moment to think of that. My heart and prayers and thoughts continue to go out for all of those folks in there. Last night, episode 116, as we did a Facebook Live, one of the things we talked about is a couple questions came in during the after show of diabetes and how do we handle that. And I got to tell you, I'm a little bit out of my lane here. And so I asked for you guys to write in and let me know what you want to talk about in regards to that subject. And my inbox exploded with a whole bunch of email. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of run through them tonight. But I want you to know, again, obviously, this is not a replacement for any medical advice. There's the standard disclaimer. If you're on the fence, don't take what this guy here says. Go see your actual doc and make decisions based on what you and your doc agree with. Doctors are very smart people. They go to years and years of medical school to understand all the things, and you can't expect that, some knucklehead on a podcast understands all that and can treat you based on one simple email. So again, not a substitution for medical advice, but LaDonna out of Minnesota writes in, says, hello, I'm pretty new to listening to your podcast and I really enjoy them. I've been overweight almost my entire life until I made it to Lifetime in 2001. Unfortunately, my life got a little crazy and I made the tragic mistake of quitting meetings and the unhealthy habits I had developed to get there. I gained more than double what I had lost, and I got to my heaviest weight ever, which also resulted in horrible health conditions. Tonight, diabetes came up as a topic. The diabetes diagnosis that I got in January of this year was enough to jolt my motivation and give me a good reason to stick to the Weight Watchers program again and to start losing weight. I don't want to have diabetes. I lost 30 pounds and my A1C went from 7.7 to 6.6. I look forward to reducing that number even further and hopefully reducing the number of medications that I'm taking every day. I'm up to 9 pills a day and it is extremely disappointing that I've gotten to such a poor state of health. My why is my health. I need to keep improving it. August was a huge challenge, and I've gained 7 pounds back. Now I've found your program, and I hope that I can maintain good focus going forward so that I can get that 7 pounds and even more off before my next doctor's visit. Thanks for everything you do for our community, LaDonna out of Minnesota. Well, LaDonna, so here's I always like to find the good in these emails, and the absolute coolest thing in your email is that you made Lifetime in 2001. So the fact that you made Lifetime in 2001 means you're still a Lifetime member. You're just maybe not at goal, but you're still a Lifetime member. Getting to Lifetime, no matter how you get there, it's an amazing accomplishment. And the fact that you were able to do it is actually proof now at this point that you can do it again. So you absolutely have the ability to do this. You've proven that, and that is what I want you to focus on. You're not trying something new. You're trying to do exactly what you've already proven once that you've done. Now, what I want you to focus on is the fact that obviously you know this, that your life got crazy. You made the tragic mistake of quitting meetings, and the unhealthy habits, came back in. At that point, what happens, and I say this all the time, is that all quitting does in this program is get us a new start date. And in your scenario, it's exactly true. So you quit the program, gained the weight back, and now you're restarting again, but you're starting again from a place that's different than you've ever started before. You're starting with a very strong why, and you're starting with the belief that you can do this. Those two things are incredibly powerful. So the fact that you've lowered your A1C numbers already, 7.7 down to 6.6, that is because of you taking the time to focus on you and lose 30 pounds. You don't lose 30 pounds by accident. You lose 30 pounds by being focused and disciplined and making sure that every moment you're doing exactly what you need to do, and you're choosing to take care of you over choosing, this food or that food. You're making that a continued effort. Now, I'm glad that you found the program, and then that you hope you can maintain good focus. It doesn't take long for many listeners, as I say that, as I read that email out loud, many of the listeners, even on Facebook as we watched this, chimed in with, wait, hope is not a plan. And I believe that, and I know that you know that. So here's what I want you to do. You found the program. You want to maintain good focus going forward so you can lose 7 pounds and even more before your next doctor's visit. You have to take one step further beyond hoping that it's possible. I told you earlier that you have the ability to do this. You didn't get to lifetime on accident. You didn't lose 30 pounds on accident. You have an amazingly strong why. Set a plan into action so that you don't have to rely on hope. You can take the deliberate focus and effort to make sure that every meal you're doing exactly what you knew, same thing you did to get the lifetime in the first place. The difference now is you understand your why, whereas maybe you didn't understand it before. And now you're just going to focus on being healthy, no overeating, continue to make the best choices that you can, and understanding that you only get one body. The body you're living in has to continue to take care of you, so you have to take care of it. LaDonna, thank you for your email. You're doing amazing work. The fact that you're reducing your numbers, it has to feel pretty powerful that you're making the change deliberately and focused. So thank you for that. Out of Tinley Park, Illinois, Jan writes in and says, "Hi, FatDag. I recently became aware of your podcast from my Weight Watchers meeting today. I've been diagnosed with diabetes for quite some time now. I'm a type 2 diabetic, and you piqued my interest this evening when you were discussing diabetes. In my opinion, I am fairly good health. However, I've had triple bypass surgery due to blockages they found in my heart, but 6 years later, I had a heart attack and I had a stent placed. It's been 2 years since the heart attack, and I've been diligent about getting exercise in to maintain my good health. About 2 years ago, my physician put me on a drug called Victoza, an injection-type medication. One of the side effects was weight loss. It was wonderful. I lost 30 pounds without even trying. It truly seemed like the magic pill. However, earlier this year, I began gaining weight, and I thought maybe the side effects had worn off. While I was on vacation in Arizona this past May, my cousin and we decided to join Weight Watchers in Arizona. Probably not a good idea to join Weight Watchers while on vacation, but we thought instead of gaining weight on vacation, we would be losing weight. We began the program in Arizona for 3 weeks. It was nice having someone to eat with and plan with. And when we returned home from Chicago and Minnesota respectively, we joined the meetings in our hometown. I've lost 15 pounds since May 1st. Well, not extraordinary, but about 1 pound a week. I'm within 8 pounds of goal, but this has truly been a struggle. I worked out in the water during the summer, and I will continue to walk as the seasons change. My diabetes is well under control, but I'm on 3 types of medication, including the injection. It would be great to get off the medication, but as long as my blood sugar is under control with the medications that I'm on, it doesn't seem logical to get off the medication. I track daily on my iPhone. I joined Weight Watchers a few times in my life, and it's so much easier this time with the computers, the phone, the scanning products. In fact, at times, I seem to display the OCD tendencies, and that keeps me going. I don't know if one would say I have plateaued. However, I am up a pound, down 1.4, up 0.8, up 1.2, down 1, down 6, up 2. It's very frustrating to show these small amounts of losses. Is there a program through Weight Watchers for diabetics? In addition, I feel like I am addicted to diet soda. I've tried several times to stop drinking it, but I fail. I don't like the taste of water. I've tried the flavored water, but that also has the sugar-free sweetener that is also in diet soda. I would like to know your position on drinking diet soda while on the Weight Watchers program. More importantly, thank you for your service to our country, Jan. Jan, your opening paragraph really got me. So here you are, triple bypass. You had a stent placed in, and you continue to know that you're in good health. What an amazing mindset that is. You know, how many people in that scenario would just throw in the towel and say, I'm done? You continue to stay focused on the fact that you have good health and that you've had some major surgeries going on in the past, and you still say that you're in pretty good health. I love that. I absolutely love that piece. Now, what I thought was really cool is that you go on vacation. While you're on vacation, you decided to hop into a Weight Watchers meeting. You don't do that on accident. There was a deliberate effort at that point to go into that meeting. It's kind of like the saying that we've heard Oprah say that, if not now, when? That obviously got to you while you're on vacation. You found an accountability partner. You were there together, and you went and got it done. That is obviously focus. What I want you to do is I want you to figure out, if you can think back to the moment that you walked into that meeting, and find out why that you walked in. You said to the point where, hey, I want to make sure that I can get this done. I'm ready now. So much so that while I'm on vacation, I'm going to go join and get this done. You've lost 15 pounds this May. That's absolutely extraordinary. You say it's not extraordinary, but about a pound a week. A pound a week is 52 pounds a year. If you continue on that average, you're within 8 pounds of goal. 8 pounds to goal is very, very close. The 8 pounds to goal, you lose those 8 pounds the same way you lost the first 8 pounds. It's deliberate focus. It's deliberate effort. It's wanting this more than anything to regain your health. The cautionary tale I would give you in the middle of your email is that you say you're within 8 pounds of goal, but this has truly been a struggle. I want to take a moment to talk about struggle. It's a word that I see on Connect way too often. And I truly believe that the struggle is a mindset. Because if you compare my scale numbers to most anyone else's scale numbers, they're not much different. They go up and down, and I fluctuate pretty heavily. But it's not a struggle for me. I understand that if I overeat, the scale goes up. If I eat on plan, the scale goes down. So I don't consider it a struggle. So what I know that is if I were to say, this is so hard, I'm struggling, I can't seem to do this, that I'm constantly fighting with, not only am I fighting with the scale, that I have to then struggle with my own mindset. So I'm now fighting two monsters at the same time. So I accept the fact that I'm not struggling, that maybe I'm just not working the plan to the best of my ability, whether it be intentional or not intentional. But I'm not struggling on the plan, and I don't want you to struggle on this plan either. What I want you to do is take responsibility for your actions. I want you to say that if you're at the point where you're up a pound, down a pound, up a pound, down a pound, like you said, we did a whole episode 72, which we talk about often, which is that complacency episode. During that episode, I talk about the fact that, think about the first week that you joined compared to how you're tracking now. Are they similar? Chances are they're not. Chances are you're not doing the same things now that you did earlier. In order for you to lose the 15 pounds that you lost, you were focused, you were determined, you were getting it done. At some point, you became complacent. You became happy with the results that you were getting. And slowly you start creeping in and around. Go check out 72. Now, as far as there being a specific program for Weight Watchers, that is the one piece I have yet to figure out to research. But what I can tell you along those lines is this. The Weight Watcher plan works best when you understand that what you're trying to do is eat healthy. And trying to do is do more activity. So that plan works no matter what diagnosis you have. So if you've been given a diagnosis for diabetes and you were eating bad before then and you improve your eating habits, that's what the plan we're trying to get you to do. And I understand I can relate to your feeling of not liking the taste of water. Or you don't like the taste of water because at this point you've found other things that you're drinking that certainly are purposeful in flavor. We've talked about before, if you read the book called The End of Overeating, the food industry is very smart at making food more addicting and make it taste so much better so that we consume and buy more of it so their profits increase. If you're comparing, an apple to a Snickers bar, taste-wise, the Snickers bar is almost always going to win as long as you still have that addiction to sugar and your palate is still looking for that sugary food to be satisfied. It's no different with water. If you continue to drink diet soda and you continue to drink regular soda, you will never truly acquire the true taste for a nice cold glass of water. Because why would you do it when you have these other sugary options to satisfy you? So I would challenge you to just do like I did is I said, I wanted to quit drinking soda and I did overnight. I went from 12 to 0 overnight because I was sick and tired of just being miserable. For me, that was giving up soda. That was the first step in my journey and I did it. And now, just like you in the beginning, I didn't like the taste of water. Now I can't get enough. I drink water for every meal. I drink water all day long because the taste is fantastic because I have nothing else to compare it to. Now, I'm not saying you have to give up soda. I'm not saying you have to give up diet soda. There are many people who are very successful on this plan who are still at lifetime and they still have their soda mixed into their day. You can do that. But at that point, they recognize that for them is a treat. And I guarantee you, even the folks who are still working soda into their plan and who have made lifetime as a result, they're doing it in moderation. So take a moment, figure out where it is in your journey you're at. And if you want to make the switch, the easiest way to give up soda, it's the same way that I did it, was to simply quit buying it. That's it. I bought my last 6-pack of soda on New Year's Eve. I have not purchased a single soda before. And because I don't make soda, I can't have it unless I buy it. I refuse to buy it, and instead, I have water. So it's totally up to you and how you want to work this plan. You can do it many different ways. How you do it doesn't matter. Why you're doing it is to continue to focus on your health, is to continue to reduce your diabetes diagnosis and get to a point when you're in a healthy stage of life. Beat the complacency trap. Tap into your why, and let's go. Out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, Linda writes in and says, "Hi, this is Linda from Fort Wayne. I joined Weight Watchers in 2004. I lost 22 pounds. I'm only 5 foot tall, and I became lifetime. At that point, I was on 2 meds for cholesterol. My triglycerides were 897. At goal weight, my totals went into a normal range. I went off one of the meds, and I've only been on 1 meds for that since. A couple years ago, I was told I have type 2 diabetes, so I had to manage that with my Weight Watcher rules. It was easy. Eat less carbs and more protein. So it's really never been an issue. I am not on any meds for it. I'm just eating healthy and I'm exercising as much as I can. I never quit going, so I've only joined once, and I went ever since, and I've tracked almost every day. I do sometimes lose focus, and I have to retune my brain into the program. I do become complacent, but since finding you online, I am doing so much better at staying focused. I am also still at goal. Someone told me once that Weight Watchers will only work until you quit. So I've just never quit. It's one meal, one day at a time, very workable. I'm sure without the program, I would not be as healthy. Thanks for all that you're doing for us, Mike. I love the podcast. Linda out of Fort Wayne. Linda, congratulations at being at goal and being a lifetime. That is what we're trying to do. When you get to the point where you finally reach your goal, that is the healthiest we're ever going to be in our life at this point forward. Regardless of what choices we made in the past, we can reduce some of them, but the best shape you can ever get in health-wise is to get back to your goal weight and your lifetime. Now, I'm not saying when you get there, you're going to be completely healthy and completely off all medications, but that is the best chance you're ever going to have from this point forward. You can't completely undo all the things you've done in your life, but you can get to the best shape currently, and that is by getting to goal. Linda, you're clearly living proof that it works. Congratulations to you. What I love about your email is that you're just eating healthy and exercising as much as I can. That's what this whole program is talking about. It doesn't matter what else we have going on. It doesn't, if we focus solely on saying, hey, all I really want to do is just start eating healthy, and all I want to do is just kind of exercise more, the plan works when you do that. You have to get to that point, and that is when you adopt this as your lifestyle, when you can then say, I'm at goal, I'm at lifetime, and I can do this for life. The absolute best part of Linda's email was the middle paragraph, which says, I never quit going, right? Because quitting just gives us a new start date. You've tracked almost every day. Sometimes you lose focus. Then you instantly retune your brain, and you do become complacent. You did all of that, and you're still at goal, and you're still at lifetime. The reason you're able to have the success is because just eating healthy and the exercise as much as I can are daily habits that you have figured out how to work into your plan. When you lose your focus and you have to retune your brain, a lot of that is coming natural because you live a healthy lifestyle. You feel like a fit person. You feel like a healthy person. So therefore, when you get off of that, you recognize that maybe something is a little off kilter, and you instantly gravitate back to those healthy decisions that you built so hard to get, and that's what got you to lifetime. So you're doing amazing work. So the fact you're able to manage a type 2 diabetes diagnosis by managing Weight Watchers proves to the rest of us out there that this can be done. Linda, continue to never quit going. Continue to just work the plan the best way that you're doing it. You're an inspiration for us all. So thank you for that. Next up is Sharon. Sharon writes in and says, Hi, Mike. I've been diabetic for over 17 years now. I started to take insulin about 3 years ago, along with 3 pills that I take just for diabetes. Today, my doctor took me off insulin and off one of the pills. My starting weight was 300.6. As of yesterday, I've lost 42.6 pounds. The problems I have with my diabetes and Weight Watchers is the sugar lows during the day, but mostly during the night while I would be sleeping. I have learned to eat fruit about an hour before I go to bed, and this brings up the sugar just enough so I don't have that low. But it's like about every 5 to 8 pounds, I will start having a low again, and I had to drop how much insulin that I was taking. I went from 36 units a day, and it kept dropping as the pounds slowly came off, and now, none. I still take my pills, but he said if I keep it up, I will be off it before I know it. I had the lowest A1C I've ever had in the last 17 years. It was 6.0 today. My average used to be 7.5 to 8. My life the last 5 years have been really tough. My husband of 17 years was diagnosed with cancer here about 2.5 years ago. But when he retired from being a police officer, which is something we loved, we both knew something else was up. We already knew he had NASH syndrome, fatty liver disease. Well, this turned into a liver cancer, and the only hope to help him was for him to get a liver transplant. January 2016, he took a turn for the worst. He was in the hospital most of January to February. His kidneys stopped functioning, so dialysis started. Taking him to and from the treatment 3 days a week and him going into the hospital, I just did not take care of myself. February 19th, 2016, he was told he had less than 90 days to live. We got a call February 23rd. They had a match for him. February 24th, he was in surgery for a liver and a kidney transplant for 22 hours. He had complications afterwards, but he is here today and doing wonderfully. So when I saw my doctor this past March, he was not pleased with my A1C. I knew then if I wanted to have a better life, I needed to do something now. Our retirement community just happened to put a notice in the bulletin that they were starting Weight Watchers meetings. It was to our lodge weekly. It happens to be on the day off that I have from work. All of us are 55 and over. I just happen to be the youngest member of the group. We have a group of 25, and we just hit 908 pounds. Why do I do Weight Watchers? It's because I want to, and it's for me to be healthy again. I enjoy eating this lifestyle now. I do this for myself and nobody else because I am worth it. Sharon. Sharon, you are absolutely right. You are worth it. And I'm really pleased to see that you recognize that. Because when you recognize that, that's the start of the journey where it starts to become very, very inspiring to you and to others. When you understand that you have the ability to change your life, you have the ability to get this done, that's when the journey becomes fun. Starting weight 300.6, you went as of yesterday down 42.6. That 42.6 pounds is amazing work. So if you're out there listening, 42.6 pounds can be done, but that weight loss significantly changed your health, enough to get you off most of your medications. So just continue to think about, as you continue eating healthy, as you continue to understand that you are worth it, as you continue to eat healthy, make the right choices, your weight continues to go down, your health continues to increase. If you had the lowest A1C levels that you ever had in the last 17 years, that is a direct effort of all that you have done to make sure that you get this done. Now, as far as your husband's diagnosis, that's an amazing story. The fact that everything seemed to fall into place exactly as he needed it, and you, for that brief period of time as you were caring for him, very dearly, I understand how you could actually take a back seat in your own journey. And now that things have started to settle down, you're back into a new normal. Your new normal now says, okay, the two of us living together, the only options we have at this point is to make a lifelong change, do the best that we can, and make sure that we do this for yourself. I don't believe for a second that the Weight Watchers meeting that popped up in your area just happened to be on your day off. I believe everything in your journey is getting you to the point that you're at today, and it's just a subtle reminder to let you know that you have the ability to completely change your life and to completely improve it based on where you were previously. You didn't lose 42.6 pounds by accident. You lost it by being focused, by focusing on your why, by determining that your health is more important than anything else that you have to offer, and that is what you're going after. Sharon, thank you for writing in. Last up on Facebook, just before the show, got an email that said, before Weight Watchers, my blood sugar ran 190 with morning fasting. I was taking 1,000 milligrams of metformin every day and Trulicity injection once a week. I am off of the injections and my fasting AM is down to 120. I've lost 32 pounds and I'm amazed at how much this loss has affected my blood sugar. I have 140 pounds more to go. I am hoping to be off all of my meds, my blood pressure meds as well. My husband and I joined together for our 50th birthdays. He has lost 34 pounds. We appreciate you so much for giving your time to inspire and to motivate us. Also, thank you for your service to our country and thank your sweet wife for sharing you with us. Tonight at our meeting, my husband and I both got our 10% charms. Team Oswell from Winnsboro, Louisiana. Well, Team Oswell, you are killing it. 10%. If you hit 10%, you can absolutely hit goal. That's how we do this. You work the program. You do 5% initially. You do that. It proves that you know how to work the program. Then you continue doing that. You get the 10%. It proves that you can sustain the lifestyle. And then from that point on, you just continue living that lifestyle until you get to goal. Now, not being a doc, I can recognize the numbers, and every single one of your numbers has gone down, which is amazing work. You're hoping to be off all meds and blood pressure meds. If you continue working what you're doing and you build the plan and work the plan that you've set into place, you do not need to rely on the hope. You can rely on you. You have the ability to change this. Happy birthday to both of you. You're 50 years young. You're getting this done. He's down 34 pounds. You're down, and you got 10% charm. Both of you are doing work. You're doing hard work. You're doing amazing work, and you're doing it together, which is probably one of the best gifts that you can give each other. So continue to stay focused. Continue to get this done, and you will celebrate a long, healthy, happy life from this point forward. Now, as I wrap up the show tonight, one of the things I want to hit is that it doesn't matter what we're going through. As you heard all these stories tonight, the common theme is a lot of medical issues floating around. I think if we were to survey our entire community, I think we would be amazed at the amount of things that we're dealing with in a medical arena, all of us. And that continues to remind us that we're not walking this journey alone. All of these emails came in less than 24 hours as I put the request out yesterday and said, send me your email about diabetes. I imagine as the show continues to hit the air, that the more of those emails will pour in. I ask you for your email so that other people in this journey can see it. So here, just tonight, we identified 5 people, 5 couples, 5 folks who are working the program together with similar journeys. And the goal is, no matter what we have going on medically, we can make the decision to eat better. We can make the decision to work out just a little bit more, to move a little bit more. It doesn't matter what diagnosis you're handed. You still have to survive. You still have to eat. And what we got to do is wrap our brain around the notion that what we eat controls the rest of our body. And if we make the healthiest choices, then we make sure that we're doing the right things, then we have the ability, we actually can improve our situation. We can get back some of our health benefits that we may have previously lost. And we can do that by focusing. I'll end the show with saying that's exactly what my doctor told me. When I dropped 91 pounds and I went back to see him, and we were discussing, at that point I was looking to him to kind of validate that what my goal weight should be, because I didn't have any idea what it should be. And he obviously wasn't willing to sign off on the numbers that I was willing to sign off. But what he said to me will stick with me for a long time. I was down about 80 pounds or so when I went to see him, and I said, Doc, where are we at with my goal weight? What should I set for a goal weight? And he said, Mike, at this point, you have regained 90% of any health benefit that you're ever going to regain. And you've done that. So the last, getting to your goal weight now becomes a, what do you want to look like? What do you want to feel like? What do you want from a vanity standpoint? But as far as your health is concerned, Mike, you have done everything you can do to improve it. And you've regained 90% of that benefit. So you heard it here tonight. You heard many people who've lost 30, 40, 50 pounds, and they started to regain the health benefits. Imagine as you push forward, imagine as you continue to track, imagine as you continue to make healthy choices and your weight continues to drop, that you get down to where your A1C level is 5.5. You get down to the point where you're off your medication. You get down to the point where you're now exercising because you like it and you're eating healthy because that's just what you do. From that point on, the rest of your life is in your hands and you can get it done. And when you get it done, I want to celebrate. So what is it that you're celebrating? Let's share it on the air. Go to FatDag.com, click on Listen Now, send in your celebrations, your comments, and your questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. I want you to email in your celebrations because I really, really, really want you to be proud of what you're doing. I want you to understand that everything that you're doing is deliberate. I want you to understand that everything you're doing requires focus. And when you take a moment to jot it down, it reminds yourself of the amazing work that you're doing. It reconfirms the notion that you're proud of yourself. It lets me know that you're proud of yourself. It lets the community know that we're proud of ourselves. And it lets somebody else know that they too can get it done. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus.